Hi everyone. In the previous class, we have seen the concept of what do you mean by Git and GitHub. Okay. And also we have seen the various kind of commands which we are going to use in the Git and GitHub. Okay. Fine. In today's class, we will see the concept of full stack web development. So just like kind of introduction which you want to know, and also we'll see various kind of front end frameworks. Okay, guys, these frameworks are very important, guys. The thing is like, so in nowadays the frameworks are trendy. Like, in order to simplify our task, in order to simplify our process, everybody is trying to use the various kind of frameworks which are available for us. Okay, fine. First, I will come to that point later. First, coming to what do you mean by full stack web development? Yeah, fine, guys. So, if you would like to develop any kind of software, if you would like to develop any kind of software, for that software, we require compulsory an user interface. We require compulsory an user interface, and through this user interface, user will interact and he will try to process something. He will try to process something. Yes. To process that data, to process that user input data, we require some kind of logic. We require some kind of logic. We can call it as a business logic. We can call it as business logic. After processing the data, we are going to store it in some location. We are trying to store it in some location. That location we call it as database. Call it as database. Okay, meaning that if you observe clearly, this entire will comes under a kind of a software. Comes under a kind of software. These two won't observe anywhere, but user interface will observe by anyone. Like, through user interface, user will interact. Will interact. Based upon that user interface, the business logic will activate its corresponding code, and it decides what data to get from the database. It also decides, and what data it needs to push into database, that decided by the business logic based on the given input by the user. Given input by the user, meaning that whatever the input that you are trying to give in the front end, that will be sent to the server, and if it wants to get back, that will be get back from the server here. Okay, fine. So this thing we can call simply as a presentation layer where user will interact. Okay, this one we call it as business layer, and this one we call it as data access layer. So it is a kind of repository where we are trying to store our entire process data. Trying to store our entire process data. Okay, fine. So if you observe how we are going to develop this presentation layer, like, we can simply say that as user interface, we can implement this user interface with the help of three languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so with help of these three, we can able to develop any kind of user interface simply. But so as we are trying to work with these three, it may take a lot of time. May take lot of time. Instead of this, we can go for various kind of frameworks available that I will explain to the coming session. Okay, fine. What about the business logic? In which language you can able to write the business logic? We can able to use any kind of language, like I can able to use the language Python, or I can able to use a Java, or I can able to use a C++, or I can able to use a PHP, Ruby, etc. Various kind of languages are there which are meant for to write the business logic, meaning that which is going to take the input from the user interface and which is going to traverse to the database, and also which is going to take the data from the database and is going to forward to the user interface. And to display some purpose, we can use HTML, which is meant for to define the appearance, to define the elements of HTML, to define the components of HTML. CSS is meant for styling, and JavaScript is meant for interactness purpose. And what about all these language: Python, Java, C++, PHP, Ruby? All these are meant for for processing of the given input and sending to the server and get back to the server, all those things we can do by these languages. And coming to database, which is meant for to perform various kind of CRUD operations like create, remove, update, delete, various kind of CRUD operations. To perform various kind of CRUD operations, it is going to use the database. Okay, like we have various kind of languages again: MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, Oracle, present the famous one Mongo database. All these will comes under various kind of databases. Yeah. Here, here, the concept of full stack development is trying to learn thoroughly about all these things. We can call it as a full stack web development, meaning that in order to develop any kind of website or in order to develop any kind of application, a website or any kind of application, we require all these languages. Like for example, in the user interface, we require these three. In business logic, we require any one of the language, and in database, we require any one of the language. So trying to learn about all these three is called as full stack web development. Nowadays, full stack web developer, you all get come across the word called full stack web developer. The recruiters are searching for the people who are full stack web developer. What do you mean a full stack web developer? They should be thoroughly know at least one language from the user interface side, and they have to know at least one language from the logic part, like business logic, and they have to thoroughly know at least one thing from the database part. From the database part. Yes. This is what we call it as full stack web development, meaning that the collection of presentation layer, business logic layer, data accessing layer, database accessing layer, we call it as full stack web development. And if any particular person developed the entire application by him alone, we can call him as full stack web developer. Okay, fine. So if you look about the more thing about the user interface part, generally the user interface part we can able to develop with help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. With help of this one, we can able to develop the front end side, or we can call it as an user interface. We call it as user interface. But thing is, trying to develop with help of this language will take more time compared to various kind of frameworks which are available right now. What even frameworks? Frameworks are the built-in blocks, which are readily available, meaning that which are developed by already some people. We are trying to reuse in our project. Those things we call it as frameworks. So in order to develop any kind of front end uh, applications like front end or user interfaces, we have various kind of frameworks are available. Various kind of frameworks are available. Among those, one of the best framework is React, and another one is Angular, another one is Vue.js. So like this, we'll have various kind of frameworks available. If you want, I will explain. I will give all the remaining also. Like for example, uh, Preact is there, Lit element is there, Alpine.js is there, Split. This is also one of the famous one. Now it is trending. So like this, see, not only this one, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. Like this, we'll have various kind of front end frameworks are there. So every framework having its own drawbacks as well as its own advantages. So depending upon our own requirement, we can go for that. Yes. Fine. And also one more thing is trying to develop any kind of project with help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript purely. It won't have more look and feel. And nowadays, every website should have more look and feel, should have more dynamic in nature. Then only the user is comfortable in searching in using our website. Otherwise, the people won't prefer our website. So that is the reason nowadays people are mainly focusing on the user interface part. The user interface part. Okay, fine. So if you look about this front end part, the user mainly concentrates on like various kind of things, like mostly the look and feel, So for that, what you have to do is, so we have to make analyze ourselves which is the best kind of framework, meaning that we need to select the best user interface framework. We need to select the best user interface framework. And and one more thing is, all these frameworks are developed with the help of this HTML, CSS and JavaScript only. Okay, so we have to select the best user interface framework, and we have to select what kind of grid system I have to follow to make it more flexible, and what kind of font styles I need to follow, and also what are the sizes I need to set in order to feel the user more happily, and how my navigation bar should be placed. All these things you have to design, and how the button should be displayed, how the side panel should be displayed. Like that, we have to think about everything when it comes to when it comes under the point of the user. Comes to the point of the user. Yes. In this class, my main concentration is I would like to define what even a front end framework and what are the various kind of front end frameworks are there. Yes. React, Angular, Vue.js, React, Little Mint, Alpine, Svelte. Like this, we have various kind of frameworks are there. Let me see some of the frameworks. If you observe, like first, uh, for example, let me take the React, like the React framework. React framework, yes. So, it was first developed by Facebook. This React was developed by the company Facebook in the year 2013, and it is going to use the language JavaScript or JSX, meaning that it is a combination of HTML and JavaScript syntax. So when you are going to use this React framework means, so if you would like to develop any kind of single page or any kind of platform applications, any kind of cross platform applications, we can go for this React. And also something like, if you would like to develop any kind of social networks, we can go for using this React. Or if you would like to develop any kind of web applications, you can go for using this React. Something like web apps, messaging apps, for all these we can able to use this React front end application. Okay, so this React having various kind of advantages, like we want to write extra coding part, meaning that it requires us a less coding part in order to develop any kind of application, and we can able to easily reusable all the HTML elements. Okay, if you observe the various kind of drawbacks which are already there, so like as it is a latest technology and it is trying to used by everyone, so the developers having also more like more button on them to develop the best part of from side. So that is right, that is why it is having continuous updates. It is having continuous updates means version 1, version 2, version 3. Every time the people who are working with the React front end framework, they have to every time update with the uh, this framework. Then only they will able to implement any kind of application with the help of React. And also we don't have any kind of perfect documentation for this, meaning that uh, you have to learn it on your own, and there is a kind of documentation is available, but that is not that much clear. So that is why we call it as poor documentation. And various kind of companies, what are the kind of companies that are used by the React means, already some of the companies are using, like one is Uber. Facebook itself is using, right? Facebook was developed by this one. Facebook, Netflix, Instagram, Instagram, etc. All these companies are used by React only. Used by React only. Okay, fine. And coming to the one more kind of framework, Angular. Angular generally meant for, actually React is meant for to develop single page or cross platform applications also, whereas Angular is specifically meant for to develop single page applications, to develop single page applications. Okay, fine. And it was developed by Google only. Angular was developed by Google, and they have used TypeScript as base to implement this Angular. Okay, so when you are going to use this Angular means, if you want to develop any kind of large scale projects, see, trying to explain all the things in a single shot means it is not understood by anyone. I'm just clearly giving this in the form of a theoretical part, just for the sake of understanding. That's it. Okay, so when you are going to get thoroughly idea all these means, whenever you come to the practice in reality manner, then only you can able to understand whether I can able to use the large scale or small scale or for social networking, all these you can able to understand. So that is the reason I am trying to go for simply explain. So if you would like to develop any kind of large scale projects, we can able to use this Angular. And if you would like to develop any kind of websites with more interactive content, websites with more interactive content, then also we can go for using of Angular. Or else something like, whenever you are trying to upgrade multiple times of upgrades from world web pages to new web pages, then you can go for Angular is easy. Okay, fine. And this also having various kind of advantages. The advantage is, as it is developed by Google, you already know, once the Google is developed by any product, it's having various large community support, meaning that we can have vast number of resources to learn that. Okay, fine. And we can say that this Angular is having model view controller, is using model view controller is using model view controller. That is the reason it will take more developing time. It will reduce the developing time. It will reduce the developing time. It is the developing time. Okay, fine. And also we can able to, so we have developing time is very less. And we can able to perform, we can able to customize. Modules and what are the elements are there, that we can able to customize here. We can able to customize here. Those are some of the advantages. And if we come to the disadvantages, as it is a high kind of a, like vast thing, it is very difficult for us to learn. Very difficult for us to learn. Okay, fine. And if you observe the companies which are used by this Angular means, uh, Forbes is the one of the company used by this Angular, and BMW, which you already know, Xbox, Blender, like this. We will have various kind of companies are using this Angular as a front end framework for their websites or for their applications. And if you see the Vue.js, Vue, and this is generally officially released by Yavan Yu in the year 2014. So why he has implemented that one means, uh, to implement to implement lightweight pods, implement lightweight pods of Angular. I hope understood. Right, what are the things that it is going to take more kind of weight. It won't take that. It will take only the lightweight parts of that Angular, so that this particular Vue.js can able to take less developing time in order to develop any kind of application. Okay, fine. So it is also a open source. This is a open source software, and they are using the language as JavaScript. Okay, what about this one? This Angular used by TypeScript, whereas React used by JavaScript sometimes, and sometimes they are using combination of HTML as well as JavaScript. If you observe various kind of advantages, the best thing is it is open source. It is open source, and another is we can able to perform customization. Able to perform customization, and if you observe the disadvantages or if you observe the consequences. So as it is developed by a single party kind of person, it is having less community support, and this is developed by Yavan Yu, who is from China, who is from China. So there is a kind of language barrier is there. There is a kind of language barrier is there, meaning that it is supported by most of the Chinese developers. Hence, it is making difficult for the non-Chinese developers, and also it is having the limited plugins. It is having the limited plugins, and if you observe the companies which are used by this uh, Vue.js, one is Google is using at required locations, and Zoom is also using, right? You know, right? Zoom is also using, BMW is using, Trivago, etc. Like this, we'll have various kind of companies that are used by this Vue.js. Yes. Guys, here my main intention is I would like to make it just the introduction about various kind of front-end frameworks. So what are the various kind of front-end frameworks like React, Angular, Vue.js, React, Light Elements, Alpine, Xlite, etc. So every framework having its own drawbacks as well as its own advantages. So based upon our requirement, based upon our job requirements, or based upon the present trend, we have to learn the corresponding framework so that our application development time will be very less. And coming to full stack development, full stack developer, if a person is able to develop front end part as well as back end part as well as the database part by himself, then we can call is a full stack web developer. And trying to learn about the front end part, back end part as well as database part, we call it as full stack web development. Okay. I hope you understood this class, guys. Thank you.